Monster RX 93.1 presents All Out, your daily morning pick-me-up. All out hits, all out celebrity interviews, all out sports and showbiz news. Your hosts, Rico Robles and Carla Aguas.
It is a journey that we have come to witness, and it is all about courage. It's all about being brave. It's all about facing who you truly are. This is pretty much what we have come to witness from the beginning up to now. We're going to catch up because last time
we had him
here, it was a concert series. Now live from his home. Please welcome to enjoy and talk to us none other than Jake.
Hi everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for making time for us. Good morning.
Good morning. And hello to all the listeners as well. I'm good.
How is
I'm good
everything?
actually. Okay naman. We just had our breakfast pa rin naman. Anyway, so but we're good, and syempre lumalaban, especially MECQ na naman tayo. So yeah, we're trying to move forward, as much as possible, kasi alam nating mahirap talaga ngayon. So yeah, lumalaban lang.
Jake, are you a morning person or are you an afternoon person?
To be honest, I'm not a morning person. Pero we're trying to change that kasi usually I wake up like pag walang schedule around siguro mga 10, 11 ganyan, pero I think I'm getting better at it ever since nung lockdown. I mean nag-improve naman kasi 8 AM na.
Okay.
Nag-improve naman ako, pero to be honest, hindi talaga. Ang hirap talagang gumising sa morning. Especially yung weather ngayon, di ba? So, yeah, bad weather talaga.
Well, thank you for making time for us, Jake. And thank you for waking up early because we are a morning show. But sabi mo naman na kahit paano, your sleep schedule has improved rin because of lockdown. Yes. So can you talk us through your routine? What is a lockdown routine like for Jake Tyrus? Like, what time do you wake up? What do you do? Like, what's your routine like?
Siguro when I don't have any schedule, syempre I wake up early, tapos syempre yung babies namin, we have a pug and a Shih Tzu. So yung eating schedule nila around like 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So, either my partner or me, we prepare their food. Tapos kami naman, usually brunch na namin. And then after that, either we rewatch Friends. That's our favorite. Yeah. And then, nanonood kami ng mga series. Tapos, we do yoga. We meditate. And then we, of course, hindi mawawala sa schedule namin. We play games. We actually we love playing mobile games. Yung Call of Duty mobile. So we play that. Actually, we do have a squad. May squad kami. And
you have a squad.
Yeah. Kasi ang hirap maglaro ng solo. So like my friends and I, we message each other. Oh, you guys ready? Oh, let's do it. We play Battle Royale. Sabi namin, hindi kami tumitigil kasi hindi kami nag-number 1. So, di ba? So, yeah, after that, actually, my routine is probably, I mean, for some people, they probably consider it boring. But to me kasi, sa bahay lang talaga ako. Like, sometimes I could watch, like, if I don't have schedule, I could watch Netflix all day, or I could like play games all day, ganyan. So yeah, kumbaga mahirap yung situation, but at the same time sa akin okay lang kasi sanay talaga ako sa bahay. Yeah.
So that is the schedule of a normal day for you na walang schedule. Merong nakabook na schedule. Kamusta naman yung schedule mo? Sinabi schedule lang.
Depende actually kung depende sa time obviously nung ayan na naman yung schedule. Kumaga syempre I have to wake up early and at least listen to some meditating music because it's important to me because I have anxiety, and actually doing like interviews it makes me feel a little anxious, but I mean like nothing, kumbaga normal na sa akin yun. It kind of like developed way before pa. So it listening to yung mga meditating music, it helps me a lot. And then after that, syempre, I think ginagawa din ng iba, like, of course, pili ako ng damit, but at the same time, they have no idea na yung top lang. Hindi na, minsan, pantulog na lang yung nasa baba ko.
Ano ka ba? Lockdown.
Oo.
Talaga.
Minsan, alam mo yung nakasuit ka?
No. Tapos, bottom mo, pajamas, boxer.
Yes. I remember I had this one parang guesting, tapos I had to like record live performance ganyan. And then like I was like well dressed, with my hair ganyan, nakasuit pa ganyan. But like malamang ngayon malalaman na nila like I was like wearing boxers.
Hindi ko natatanongin, na-zoom down mo hindi na.
Number one, mas maaga tong interview na to.
I don't think ready ang mundo.
Joining us, Jake Cyrus, just hanging out, at home, and we're seeing a lot of things from you. And first, congratulations, by the way. We heard that you won an award for your documentary.
Oh, yes,
you got a lot of praise. Can you tell us about the documentary?
Actually, it's from Japan. It's a Japanese documentary, and then they flew here. Tapos it's like parang yung everyday life. Ayun, parang kinuhanan nila. And of course, they tackled some like issues like who I really am, like about sexuality and everything, and of course the music, in transitioning, ganyan. And I didn't actually expect na nagulat na lang ako na yun nga nanalo siya sa parang US Film Festival. And I saw the other documentaries as well. Sabi ko na parang, and they showed the documentary sa Japan then like I think 3 times because it became like parang naging public public demand, parang ganun, like they kept asking for it. And I really appreciate it kasi actually Japanese fans are one of the most amazing fans ever. Like every time nagpupunta ako doon, every time nagpe-perform ako doon, nakakatawa lang yung reaction talaga nila. Like I really appreciate it kasi sometimes like I sing a song and sometimes kahit na hindi nila alam, they try their best to actually sing. So I really do appreciate kasi nung ginawa yung documentary, talagang sobra yung effort nila when they did all the research, ganyan. And they were really careful kasi syempre, we tackled so many sensitive issues and they were very careful about it. And I'm really happy na na-recognize siya because obviously, I always say naman na whatever it is na a-achieve ko, syempre, Filipino. So, dala mo. From other countries, the first thing syempre na maisip nila is where I come from, and I'm Filipino, I'm from here. So I'm really happy na pag nangyayari yung mga ganung recognition, of course, dinadala mo yung Pilipinas. Kumbaga I try, like to bring honor here in the Philippines. I'm really happy. Yeah.
What were the highlights dun sa sa documentary mo? What are the highlights that you really love sa documentary mo na napakita ng documentary na yon sa mga tao that you couldn't or you wouldn't be able to show if it was just by yourself?
I think there were some parts where actually I was still hesitant, like I was still scared to show my vulnerability. Alam mo yun kasi especially sa showbiz, di ba? Like, minsan ang hirap ipakita yung weakness or yung weakness mo sa tao because you're supposed to look strong, you're supposed to always look happy, and alam mo yun, na parang kailangan in front of, kasi public figure ka, so parang kailangan laging perfect yung nakikita nila. I mean, yun yung parang medyo, yun din yung sinabi ko sa kanila na parang, I'm really scared to show my weakness like with other people kasi baka, alam mo yun, na masabihan ka parang, oh, get over it. You know, especially me like having mental illness, parang I think isa yun sa pinaka gusto kong part kasi kahit papaano na i-share ko, kahit papaano na i-open ko ng kaunti yung issues ko regarding, you know, like for example, depression, like bullying. Yeah, we talked about that as well, which is yun talaga yung naging malaking parte din ng buhay ko. Actually, hindi pa naman siya tumitigil. Hanggang ngayon, nandyan pa rin yan. So, isa yun sa gustong-gusto ko kasi na pag-uusapan because yun yung parang logic na gusto ko rin mabago. Hindi lang dito sa atin, pero sa ibang place din na parang, you know, like kahit na public figure tayo, you know, like we still have, kumbaga, we're still human. We're all the same. You know, kumbaga sa akin nga, parang sabi ko nga na, ang pinagkakaiba lang natin yung mga labels natin, di ba? Yung pangalan ng trabaho natin, kung ano ginagawa natin. Yes, they're all different, but at the same time, pero bilang tao, pare-pareho tayo. So gusto ko lang na parang laging sinasabi sa kanila na, like whatever it is na nararamdaman nila sa personal lives nila, I get through it as well. We get through it as well. Like parang nararanasan din natin. And that's one of the things na I'm glad na we talked about doon sa documentary na syempre ayoko lang naman kasi siya na maging like all positive, ganyan na parang kailangan positive lahat. I wanted to show kahit papaano just a little bit, di ba, na parang na yung struggle, ganyan, and I think yun yung pinakagusto ko.
Galing.
Yung realness, yes.
Yeah.
You know,
it's really nice that you were able to tackle as well bullying because, you know, especially now, you know, times are hard. Things are looking bleak and dark, and a lot of people are focusing more on the negative. It's so refreshing to hear how you really wanted to give importance as well to the topic of bullying because it's something that a lot of younger people are experiencing also, diba? So, good on you for sharing that as well because I feel like that will also help people open up the conversation more about how it's not okay to bully someone.
I think yun kasi yung nagkukulang ngayon no? Like, every time na halimbawa, nakikita natin on like mga comments, ganyan. Yung sabi ko nga na parang grabe, karamihan sa atin kulang na sa empathy. Alam mo yun, like parang, yung katulad ng lagi kong sinasabi na, bakit mas madali nang mang-hate ngayon kesa magmahal ng kapwa? Diba dati parang, is supposed to be the other way around, na parang dapat mas madaling umintindi, mas madaling magmahal ng kapwa. But like today, which is the truth, like I'm not trying to, you know, like parang yung vibe na, yung bring down the vibe, pero you know, like we're all about the truth. So parang sa akin is, I hope na nare-realize din ng mga tao na parang before you say something, na parang isipin, sana maisip muna na parang paano kung gawin sa akin to, like paano kung sabihin din sa akin to, anong mafe-feel ko. And I think yun yung parang nagkukulang sa atin ngayon kasi minsan nababasa ko, like sometimes hindi ako makapaniwala, like minsan sa mga sinasabi na parang really, you know, like saan nanggagaling yun? Yun yung ano ko, yun yung lagi kong question. But you know, I say this all the time because I think that's that would be like parang one of the biggest change if we practice more yung empathy sa isa't isa. Yun yung
And with it online, diba, usually you read it online. Do you read the messages that you get, whether it's good or bad, online from people?
Syempre, kahit na gusto ko man iwasan yung mga bad comments, no matter what, may nakikita ako, no matter what, syempre, nafe-feel ko, I still get affected by it kasi kahit na, it's easier said than done, especially when people say na parang, oh, just ignore them. Of course, syempre, no matter what, you'll feel it. You know, katulad din ng mga, like for example, yung ibang viewers natin, let's say, someone bullied them, di ba parang biglang nagkakaroon sila ng yung defense nila. Kumbaga, because for sure, nasasaktan din sila. So, that's the thing na like, I read positive comments. Of course, it makes you feel good. And then, no matter what, may mababasa akong negative. And naapektuhan pa rin ako. Because as much as possible, sino bang hindi gusto na magpasaya lang ng tao? You know? So,
but it's great that you're able to actually, veer away from the negative and binabalanse mo.
But
I try.
But I mean, one of your biggest advocacies is mental health and being able to be okay with yourself and, being in a comfortable space mentally as well. But you're also talking about the comments and stuff that you see. And like we tackled earlier, right now it's so negative eh. There are so many people that ang mema nila talaga, and whether you're a celebrity or a normal private citizen, bullying, negativity, bashers, they always go hand in hand with the good. Sinasabi mo na you read it from time to time pero you push it away rin. What are some of the concrete steps that you've taken or that you can share with people that are going through bashers and negativity? Like, what advice can you give them para they can handle it rin better?
Sa totoo lang, ito yung pinakamahirap na part kasi when I read negative comments and nasasaktan ako, I think, sa akin based on my experience, mas niraramdam ko yung pain. I actually, mas gusto ko na hindi ko siya iiwasan. Because the more na iniiwasan ko yung effect na ginawa sa akin, parang the more na nag-i-stay siya sa mind ko. The more na hindi ako makatulog, the more na iniisip ko siya, the more na nag-worry ako, the more na nagpapanik ako. And I think yun yung sabi ko, 'di ba? Yung line na parang it's okay not to be okay. And for me, nagwo-work siya. Like for example, I see a comment that really yung magti-trigger sa akin. What I do is I just spend some time alone, and kung malungkot ako. Like I go through it. I try not to, like fake my feelings and be like, no, I'm strong. I'm gonna get through this. The thing is, mangyayari siya later on, after you feel the pain, after you get through the pain. As much as possible, kaya nga, yung para sa akin kasi, before you end up being strong, you have to fall down first. So, ang sa akin is, when someone hurts you really badly, whether sa comment yan, emotionally, especially emotionally, just get through it. Masaktan ka, it's okay. Masaktan ka, umiyak ka. I know that, like in my case, I get depressed, and naiisip ko, just get it all out. Make me sad. Sige, malulungkot ako, masasaktan ako, because I know that right after this, siya yung bubuo ng strength mo. So I guess my advice to everyone is, when you get hurt, when you see something that will trigger you, hayaan mo siya. Hayaan mong saktan ka. Hayaan mong it's not being manhead, it's not being, alam mo yun, na parang, or hindi, wala kang pake na nasaktan ka, or nagiging martir ka or something. No, because tao lang tayo, masasaktan tayo kahit anong aspeto yan sa buhay, kung pag-ibig man yan, o sa family man yan, o sa career man yan, no matter what, masasaktan tayo. We are gonna go through those things. We're gonna struggle, to the point na mag-give up na tayo, lahat yan mafe-feel natin. And the thing is, based on my experience, I had to give up before I realized na ayoko mag-give up. Does that make sense? Like parang, I had to fall down so many times bago ko ma-realize na ayoko mag-fall down. So you have to go through it. You have to experience pain before you can finally say na I'm strong enough to get through the next pain. Ayun.
Jake, thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for enlightening a lot of people people when it comes to trying to solve things that they are trying to solve but they can't get the answer or whatnot.
Yeah.
Who do you run to? Pag yung mga time na, okay, I can't solve it, who's the support system that you have? Because it seems like you have a really strong support system with you.
I mean, of course, I have ang aking partner. She talagang sobrang yung support niya sa akin, especially sa yung mental illness ko. She's a nutritionist as well, so inaalagaan niya rin ako physically, ganyan. And it really helps. And I think sa akin kasi, yung friends ko nandyan din. And alam ko na sinusupport nila ako. But to me, yun nga yung like kong naiisip din minsan na kahit na anong open up ko sa kanila or they're gonna tell me advices, ganyan, hindi pa rin magiging okay kung hindi yung sarili ko yung makaka-realize, like parang kasi minsan, like they give me advice, they tell me na parang everything is gonna be alright, but no matter what, merong magiging moment na yung bigla kong maiisip na parang, pero bakit hindi? Like, bakit parang hindi pa? Ganyan. No matter what, like, at the end of the day, ako lang lagi yung nakaka-realize sa sarili mo na parang, okay, everything's gonna be alright. And the moment na yung sarili mo na yung nagsabi nun, na everything is gonna be alright, then, yun yung pinaka-powerful. Yun yung pinaka-powerful na advice. Kasi sarili mo na yung nakaka-realize eh. Because the moment na magtatanong tayo sa iba, ibig sabihin may doubt pa tayo sa sarili natin. May doubt pa tayo sa kung ano yung, kung magiging okay ba ang lahat. So
parang self-actualization, kumbaga kay Maslow's hierarchy of needs, self-actualization.
Yes, kasi nandyan sila para guide mo for your support, kumbaga. Pero when you have to get things done or nandun ka na sa moment na yung dead end na, but the moment na yung sarili mo na yung makaisip na parang then yun na yun. For me, yun na yung confirmation na kaya mo na yun na yung kakapitan, kumbaga. Yun na yung kakapitan mo. Yes.
Jake, kaya mo na ngayon. In music.
Oo nga
how was the transition in music?
Yeah.
Ang hirap, sobra. Kasi sabi ko nga nung una, nagjo-joke pa ako, grabe no, yung puberty. Kasi dumaan talaga ako sa yung pumipiyok talaga ako. Like, I remember like the first few months na hindi ako makapagfalsetto, ganyan. Kasi yung parang paus-paus yung boses ko, ganyan. Tapos like, I remember experimenting so much, like kung ano yung genre na kakantahin ko. I looked up a lot of artists, pinakinggan ko yung mga songs nila. I tried to sing those songs na parang kung saan ako mas komportable. And then, I remember, nagkaroon pa ng times na parang na-frustrate talaga ako kasi sabi ko na parang, hindi ako makahanap ng na kung saan ako komportable. But at the same time, I forgot na I was, my voice was transitioning. So I had to go through those things na talagang pipiyok ka, na talagang merong times na talagang yun nga, nahihirapan akong i-figure out kung ano yung key ng mga songs na para sa akin. And then a year later, parang nararamdaman ko na medyo nagsasettle siya, ganyan. And before I transitioned, talagang inspiration ko sa yung mga songs, yung pagdating sa mga male singers, Michael Bublé, Josh Groban, of course Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, sila talaga yung mga pinapakinggan ko noon. And nung naramdaman ko na nagsisettle na yung voice ko, I tried singing more of their songs, and doon ko biglang na-realize, doon ko rin na-feel na sabi ko, this is the genre that I'm most comfortable with. And nag-search talaga ako, nag-research ako, ganyan. And so far, yun talaga yung sobrang na-feel ko na ako to. Like, ito yung music ko, ito yung bagay sa yung boses ko nung simula nag-transition ako. And I performed last year, I think it was the first time I performed live with the genre na finally na comfortable ako. And I noticed na nung nagpo-perform ako on stage, mas komportable ako. Like, I didn't have that pressure. I didn't have the pressure na parang magugustuhan ba nila to? Matatanggap ba nila to? No. Like the moment I step on the stage singing yung first time na kinanta ko yung it was like cover songs like Come Fly With Me, ganyan. I was really comfortable. I was really comfortable performing for them. It's like I was alone on stage, just giving my all. And that's when I realized that this is it. This is the music for me. And aside from that, syempre yung changes, halimbawa, I wish mas makapal yung bigote ko.
Bigyan ka. Okay.
Again, parang baby hair lang. Hindi kasi, sabi ko kasi hindi kasi ako balbon. Actually, lahat napunta sa legs ko eh. But those little things actually, yun ako na-excite naman ng sobra. Doon ako na-excite yung mga ibang changes, ganyan. And I'm just really lucky that the first thing na nagbago sa akin was yung voice.
Mm-hmm.
Siyempre, as a singer, yun agad yung gusto kong mag-change para makapag-adjust agad ako. Kasi yung ibang nagta-transition actually, mas nauuna yung features yung sa outside nila.
Mm-hmm.
Pero yung voice nahuhuli. So sabi nga ni Doc, you're really lucky na nauna yung voice mo para makapag-adjust agad. So it was hard at the same time. It was a fun experience nung nagta-transition na ako. Syempre.
And embracing the genre of standards, di ba? Sobrang yung mga Michael Bublé. And can you give us a sample of your Michael Bublé, Come Fly With Me?
Oh my God. Naiyak naman ako. Okay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. La 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 la. Come fly with me, let's fly away with me. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Wow! Number 1. For him. Number 2. Magaling talaga. Yes.
Grabe.
God-given talent talaga.
All Out with Rico and Carla. All Out music and all out fun. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Only on Manila's hottest Monster RX 93.1.